I was asked to talk about the Advent, but I'm not going to talk about the Advent. There's so many been talking about the Advent. I'm going to talk about my life on the Advent. 15 years I spent on the Advent. Nobody else has spent it the same as I have. I was born in Gwybedog on the Advent. My mother was born in Gwybedog on the Advent. My grandfather was born on the Advent. And my great-grandfather was farming on the Advent. My father was born on Mynydd Bwlch Gros. Funny thing, never mentioned about Mynydd Bwlch Gros on the range. And they took the whole of the Mynydd Bwlch Gros on the range. They only took a part of the Advent, but there's never no talk about the Mynydd Bwlch Gros going. My father was born there, my grandfather was farming there, and my great-grandfather was farming there. So I think I am a real range boy. My both grandmothers lived just over the boundary on the outside, so I'm pretty good blood for the Advent. First memory I have is Jim, the servant boy, had been cleaning the mud off the road and in heaps along the side to dry. And I started running up over them and one after the other when they'd hardened a bit. But I ran into one big one and it was soft in the middle and down I went. And I was stuck up to my knees in it. And no Wellingtons in those days, I couldn't pull myself. They were boots laced and I couldn't pull. And there I had to call on my mother to come and touch me out from there. I had a very friendly sheep dog, Fan we used to call her. And Fan and I used to go, all my brothers and sisters were in school, of course. I was there at home on my own. And Fan and I used to go round the fields, and when we saw a big mole heap, I'd say, "Huss!" And there she would scratch it all down flat. And off we'd go and do another one. And we'd go round by the time we were down by the bottom field, opposite Cairnrolly, both of us would get tired. And I'd go over to Cairnrolly to see Uncle John and Auntie Catherine. They weren't really uncles and aunt, but Uncle John was a 6'2" fellow, real gentleman, and Auntie Catherine was just a 5' lady, and very kind and very helpful. And I couldn't open the gate between us and Cairnrolly. I used to crawl underneath it. And as soon as I'd be underneath, Fan would go home. And when my mother see Fan at home, first thing she'd do was run to the field into the house to see if Auntie Catherine had put a big white sheet out on the hedge. And if the white sheet was out on the hedge, she knew I was at Cairnrolly. They say, never turn your back on a bull. Well, I tell you, never turn your back on a gander either. Because I remember my mother had some goslings and put them out on the little plot to have fresh grass. And me fussy going to try. And the gander came for me and I ran. And he was faster than I was. And the bruises that was on my legs was nothing to the mark that he'd left on the seat of my trousers. I didn't start school when I was 5 until I should have started at Easter, but I didn't start until August. And I went, I'd never been from home. I hadn't been anywhere. And I was going into this huge room, and the windows up somewhere high. Well, they were so high, the teacher had to go on the desk to look out through them. And I didn't know nobody. And Miriam and Gronwy, my brother and sister, had taken me there. And I was sitting down the bottom end of the school. Miriam was somewhere about the middle, and I could see Gronwy, well, far, far away. I didn't know what to do, really. But I was lucky. The teacher started the same day as me, and she was Lynette from Candelas. She was a second cousin of mine, and I knew her, and I had that much better off than the two boys that had started the same day as me. Herbert Gledrith and Idris Kamaur didn't even know the teacher, so I don't know how they fared. We didn't have much things of any sort. We had to make our own. And we had, I don't know where it had come from, but we had a big bicycle there. And Miriam and I learned to ride a bike on this. It was too high for us to get up. We had to take it into the field with a 5-gallon drum and stand on top of the drum, and while the other was holding the bike to get on. And when you were on, give you a push, and you'd go as far as you could and fall off. We didn't go far at the start, but after being at it a few days, we were getting master of the job. And it was a competition afterwards, which of us would go down the furthest to the field. And we knew when the old bike was slowing down, we turned down the steep. And when it was going a little bit too fast, we turned the other way to slow him down. And we were going from top to bottom before the end.